code of the savage. The Council of the Elders are meeting to decide which of the younger warriors shall be sent out after the lion. Most of the younger warriors wear headdresses made from the manes of the lions they have killed. Their faces, legs, and chests are painted red, yellow, and white with a substance made from the ashes of previously killed lions. For now, the main master of the wilds, the terror that stalks by night, this grim lord of slaughter, is to meet his doom at the hands of the only foe who dare molest him. For the man who steps back in the face of a charge is forever branded a coward. The crowded moment begins. The leader plunges his spear into the beast. Strikes him. He's down. His shield protects him. He's up again. Not a man steps back. Look out! There's another one to protect his own. Look out! He's got another one. Quick as lightning, the white spears flash again. Even as he falls in death, he fights at the spear. Strange to say, the victors appear unhappy over their victory, for the lion is a symbol to them of everything great, and they worship his power with deep respect.
Just now. He's reversed. Please don't bang it. Shit. What's that? Piece of shit. I mean, piece. Oh shit.
Do you think the world's going to change because it's getting warmer?
It'll get cooler, it'll get warmer. It's called weather. I think it's a big scam for a lot of people to make a lot of money. In the meantime, China is eating our lunch. I love the idea of solar. And then I do a test, and you get your money back in 36 years. The problem is you've got to make it economically viable, Bill. Right now, it's not economically viable.
And if it were, then somebody would be marketing it, that's for sure.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Good. How did we become the richest, most powerful country in only 200 years? I guess you can always argue that there's more than one way to skin a cat, but I'll just go ahead and stick with capitalism and my Second Amendment rights.
What's your flight schedule tomorrow, Denver to where?
But it's just like, I mean, I just can't even tell you how fucking mad I am, you know? It's like, come on, people. I mean, this is why you don't do this stuff, you know? This is, you know, I said, man. Anyway, so, I mean.
Hey,
Hi.
everything organized?
Yeah, what are you doing? Are you getting your nails done?
Yes.
Oh, good heavens.
Yeah, got to get them done for the 4th.
Please take care of my grizzly bear. Okay?
He's good.
Are you sure?
Yes, I bought him a new toy today.
Okay, I'm worried about my grizzly bear.
I think you worry about him more than me.
I worry about my dog very much, yes. He's the love of my life.
Really? Where do I fall?
Well, I mean, you're right there, baby, but I'm just saying, okay? All right. Okay, talk to you later.
Okay, love you.
Love you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah? Man, oh man.
I am just over the moon with this. Look at that big tuft he's got there on his elbow. That is what you call a big-maned Tanzania lion, baby. Chris, this thing is a stud. When I saw him come out, it only took but a second.
Yeah, this year was a big day for me.
You are one sick, twisted individual that takes great pleasure in killing beautiful animals like the lion in the video. I'm going to ask for your picture to be put across the World Wide Web in the hope that someone will stop you, period. If they don't, then you deserve to die a very slow, painful death. A stroke where you're paralyzed would be justice for what you're doing. I bet you are a sexual sadist. That is why you like to kill innocent animals, because it gets you hard, sick fuck. Those innocent animals don't need to die because of your disgusting sexual fetish, you freak. Leave them alone. I mean, where do you get sexual deviation from going hunting?
You know, when I say that, and people might think it sounds tongue-in-cheek when I say that it brings me to tears, but that's really not true. It does. You know, it's hard to put into words, really, the feelings that I have for the lion. And it's a shame that people won't take the time to recognize the importance that all of us can bring to their protection, including hunters. You know, and oftentimes, you know, I get mad, and I'm a very type A personality, and I think people who know me see that. And, you know, I lift weights and I'm aggressive and that sort of thing, but, you know, to get to know me and understand my real feelings for the wildlife there would give somebody a different perspective on what I believe and what I stand for. And not just me, but a lot of us. And that's why I get so frustrated that a lot of the people on the flip side of our coin, you know, bash what we do and think we're there just to harm and to rape and pillage the wildlife and the people and the territory and stuff, but when nothing's further from the truth. I mean, you know, you have to come there, you have to experience it. Stop telling me what you think you know. Come there and see it for yourself.
Mablaza, mmefika. Zima. Salama. Na wewe? Wow. Na wewe? Wow. You speak English. Come on, Belly.
Kasea umekwisha. Nini? Kasea hana ujanja. Njoo sema nini tatizo? Kasea hana ujanja kasea.
Too much dead grass. This dead grass is not good food for anything. There's nothing that eats it. What we do this time of year, we burn all of it. Within a week or 10 days, all the new growth comes, and it's much better, much more nutritious for all the animals, and it's better for the bush. Yeah.
Umelala kambini? Umesikia simba menguma?
Simba sana tu. Vibaya mno, yani mpaka ila asubuhi. Simba zangu. Kama mimi nikaogopa kwanza kujim, nikaona hata.
Umenguma leo kabisa? Umeanza saa ngapi?
Nilianza toka jana jioni. Ilikuwa saa moja ile.
Saa moja nilianza. Mpaka asubuhi?
Mpaka asubuhi.
Let's go and find someone to shoot.
Yeah, all right.
Let's find someone to kill.
Kabisa labda wao wametoka wameenda kwa, lakini kwa muda huu lazima waone. Unawaona kolongo, unawaona.
He said, better make another plan to try and find a hippo when you've got time, and rather just go and whack a zebra there. And he said you should see a zebra, just to make sure we get a bait up today.
Yeah.
And if we don't find one, then we're screwed, you know.
My role here is to make sure that during hunting activities, all the rules and regulations are followed.
The trophy pheon is quite expensive, $3,000, $4,000. We don't really want to shoot one of those for bait because it's such an expensive animal. We'd rather shoot something more cheap. Rather shoot something like a hippo. It's much cheaper, much more bait.
Desperation is getting bad already.
You don't have to start using cameramen. We've got plenty of them.
Hang on.
Just a lot of bad luck this morning, really.
Most people in the world think that the wilderness is like Serengeti National Park, where there are millions of animals. But the reality is that places like Serengeti is maybe 5% of what goes on in Africa. The rest of Africa is different from Serengeti. The reality is more like what we are seeing, where people live, and the people, there's conflict with people and animals, and you see the people cut the trees down, and they destroy the habitat. That's more the reality in Africa than a national park. A national park is a fairly artificial environment. They put a big border around it and they protect it. But the rest of Africa is not like that. Populations of people increase every year. Every year they extend their villages further and further into the bush. There's less area for the animals to live. There's more poaching. It's not all good news for the animals.
Buy some candy. Give candy to the kids.
There you go.
Eti simba ni mzuri au ni mbaya? Simba mbaya. Anang'ata wenzao. Yaona tu anang'ata.
She saw a lion. Sometimes she was moving from one village to another village. She saw a lion, but all the younger ones, they haven't yet seen any lions.
Jumbo.
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 Yeah.
It's a delicate line you walk because as hunters we want to maintain this area as a hunting area. As people, they want to look at it and say, oh, there's some forest, there's some land, I can go and plant some stuff. So there's always that little bit of tension, like, you know, but overall they see us as a beneficiary here because we employ some of these guys in the camps and their families, and, you know, they're forever criticizing colonialism and the white man and what he did, but then I always say, well, okay, the very man who's criticizing it is standing in a three-piece suit, wearing a tie, black shoes, belt. He woke up in a house of bricks and tiles with electricity and piped water, and he picks up his cell phone and he cooks his breakfast in a toaster, and every single thing he does, from there, getting in his car, going on a blacktop road to the office, you know, turning on a computer, everything there came from the Western world. So he's utilizing everything that's Western, and he wants to be in that zone. That's the conflict. Yeah, Africa is very confused. You know, they have this conflict, internal conflict. Hard thing for the Western world to understand as well.
Very, very ancient technology passed down from father to son.
This
is bush technology here. You don't have a tractor with a disc, you just drag a thorn clip.
When you don't have a grader, it's
sound of us in the middle of the African bush.
I might be a little strong.
What do you want? Red label. Wash the dust out.
some bush bashing today.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Good day. See a leopard?
Yeah, well, that's cool seeing that leopard today.
Uh-oh. That wasn't a bad idea.
Rusty there, second place. The guy says you got a big nose. Puts his fucking drink down in there.
Uh-oh.
When Rusty puts his drink down.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Okay. Grabbed him by his head, headbutted him, down on the ground.
Oh, the headbutt will get you.
Grabs him by his hair, walks him to the door. It's like on the second floor, so there's a set of stairs. Drags him by his hair to the door. This guy's out. I mean, his eyes are like, you know. Drags him to the steps, pushes him over, and kicks him. He rolls down 3 steps, comes back, picks up his drink. He says, "Shit, sorry about that. What were we saying?" And he was like, "There's like blood on the roof and there's blood on the walls."
He's talking about the guy that was convicted for murder and put in jail, the PH.
Went to prison for like fighting?
No, he went to prison for murder.
Oh.
10 years.
Yeah.
They said he smoked a fucking poacher.
Didn't Georgie smoke a poacher?
Yeah, Georgie Ferreira smoked a fucking poacher big as Dallas. 2 years ago.
Cliff is, you know.
Cliff has?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. This poacher, I mean, dude, he came up and leveled a gun at Georgie.
Yeah.
Just leveled his 500 and smoked the guy.
I mean, there's no issue with it.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
There isn't an issue.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But when Zambia opened in 2003, I mean, we were literally in a shootout, back and forth. I was like, holy fucking shit, where did I sign up for this bullshit? The vultures were circling their camp. And we went there, and I mean, and that's when we found, and man, that was back in the days of, you know, just 3-chip color digital, just standard def, you know, wasn't even, but I had a camera, and I videoed it all. And we found 150 dead animals. What they do is they smoke it. I mean, basically turned it into jerky. They call it biltong here, but you basically...
For some reason, I pictured fresh, you know, steaks, and they're like shit.
No.
How can they even sell that?
They get these monkeys and shit, and they smoke them. So yeah, I mean, it still looks like a monkey, but it's like smoked and mummified.
Yeah.
And they just, you go and buy the smoked monkey.
Yeah. And the truth is, I actually like the biltong here.
But you know, they dry it, or salt it, or smoke it, or whatever. And then later they go and put it in a pot with boiling water and they reconstitute it. They don't eat it like that.
Yeah, I like it. I do like those scopes.
Baada ya muda kidogo wakaunguruma kwa mashariki kidogo. Yaani hawa wako ndo huyu akasema peleka bunduki.
Sawa, lakini sina.
That must be why he brought his gun.
Eh?
That must be why he brought your gun.
Yeah. Wako hapa Mbogo kama kunde. Mbona wanaunguruma? Sisi tumesikia tu sauti.
Sijasikia.
Nyie lazima msisikie si haya.
Wewe kama unajua, alafu tunaenda.
Yaani hapa, yaani wameunguruma tuko hapa wameilia. Wala yapiti tena.
Sawa, basi twende.
To the left, there's one looking right at us. See the one looking right at us? Oh, man. That's him. What? Fucking nightmare.
Buffalo here. Yeah, but it's just one bullet in a perfect area. You know, animals, when you shoot them, they don't struggle. They just get a sudden death, which is fine. Yeah.
Well, we've come back to this guy. We think that other one's gone over there in the grass, and so it's getting late. So it's probably not too wise to push it into the grass. Let me do that again. It'd be better if you'd hold the motherfucker still. You know, you got to find a way to brace better or something.
That's fatigue from doing it for that long. I mean, I was...
Happy days, boys.
Oh,
very nice.
This is the best part of the buffalo right there. Yep, there we go. That. Beautiful. Very tasty. 2 days time on the coals, salt and pepper, 1 glass of red wine. Yeah, that's going to be good.
Big male could eat higher than I could reach. He just stands up on his back legs
And he could eat way up here, way up here. I mean, they're big, they're huge. So he could eat all this. He could eat most of this, no problem.
It's a little bit low.
It's a little bit low, but you're going to change it tomorrow.
Yeah, if he comes and gets a fill of this, he ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
Kubwa sana.
Kubwa sana simba. Kubwa sana simba.
That's right. Look out, oh, you don't want that on you. Bad
Nope.
stuff. Yeah.
It's a shit slinging champion.
All right. That it? Look out. What? Look out. Yeah.
You kill a couple buffalo, you get a lion, you get a leopard, you have them taxidermied. You're probably looking at what, 150, 175,000?
Well, you're certainly looking well over 100.
The most expensive companies in Tanzania are over $100,000 before you even have any kind of success. If you're going to kill a lion, this is the kind of lion you need to kill. Must be 6 or greater, it must be on its own, must not be in a pride, must not have cubs. There's a whole set of guidelines. And for people like myself and Aaron, who we have the lion's interests at heart, we truly do. You know, you don't just do that if you don't care about it. And I care about doing it right and about doing it properly. And I mean, that's what this is all about. Statistically right now, you probably won't get one. But you bought yourself a lion hunt and you'll go home having hunted lions.
A couple of hyenas feeding here last night, jumping up, latching on, pulling off.
Sometimes you get a moment when the light hits the grass just right, or the light goes through the leaves of a tree, and it looks really nice. So you got to take the picture because this is a film. Nature is a character, so I mean you have to be able to capture those moments when there's beautiful things.
I think that probably should. That's pretty square.
These things are pretty wide.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see tomorrow. If we don't get good pics, we'll move it again. That should be fun. All right, let's rock and roll.
I mean, that's a perfect shot. That's two. I mean, that buffalo shouldn't have gone 200 yards and fell over stone dead. That's just there. Tastes good. Rub fucking dog shit out of me. Hand me that gun, will you? This top one, yeah.
Yeah, at least we found it, so we know that it has been needed. It's not good to find it too late like this.
Yeah, I mean, he's not really getting that reflector on me. Well, I know, but I don't want just okay. Yeah, see, the reflector's not even on me. See if maybe we can get Dean to hold it. Yeah.
Maybe just up a little bit. Up a little bit higher. No, you up higher. You want just a little bit higher. Just a little bit higher.
Morning.
Everybody sleep okay?
Well, I wasn't dreaming I was covered in ants, yeah.
It's still covered in ants. That lets you know that you're alive. Yeah.
Hadi vavesi zile tonic, kuna Fanta. Sawa.
Morning, boys.
How you doing, man?
Well.
Good.
I was born funny, dude. Haven't you noticed that?
When you're that ugly, you gotta be something.
That's right. When you got a face for radio, you gotta come up with some good lines.
Face for radio, dreams of TV.
Live a little in the meantime.
Or a lot.
Live a lot in the meantime.
Well, let's see what kind of trouble we can get into today. Yeah, I'd like to see a big lion on bait. That'd be all right.
The baits are in good places. It's a waiting game. If they were easy to kill, then we'd sell them on 5-day hunts, 6-day hunts. But 21-day hunt for a reason. This leopard.
Claw marks on the tree.
Yeah, you can see the leopard. Either big female or young male. It's not very big.
That's the way it goes. They can drive you crazy, these cats. You go there, why didn't he do it? You get so frustrated. And I check it, why didn't he come? He says, boss, he's got 4 legs. We've got 2. It's a simple explanation. He'll do what he wants to do. He's an animal.
That water looks really tasty.
How big does a big male leopard get?
Around here, probably 150, 160 pounds.
But a big male lion's 3, 4?
Oh, no, he's probably a big male lion, 450 pounds. Yeah,
it's a big cat.
It's a big cat.
huku mpaka saa 10 usiku alikuwa analia. Huku kama walikuwa wawili huku. Na huku yapo majike na dume. Sauti ilikuwa moja nyembamba, moja kavu. Walikuwa wanaimba. Walikuwa wamefurahia. Anaimba yeye, anapiga dansi. Anaimba yeye.
Leo hamna kitu. Leo hajalewa.
Leo hajalia. Ya labda uko usingizi, kuna muda tunalala usingizi. Basi akianza kulia unaweza kawa umelala.
Haya ni mila tu kwamba ukikutana na simba au vipi.
Kwa hiyo tu sikia tu simba sema ataniumiza. Lazima
kimbia.
Ataniumiza nitamuumiza. Sasa kwa kuwa una shoko utamuumiza na nini?
Hapo ni kumkimbia tu.
Lazima ukimbie tu.
Hawa simba uwaga wanakwendaga huko vijijini kwenu huko.
Ila baadhi tu unasikia kwa fulani imekamata ng'ombe. Siku 2-3 tena unasikia kwa fulani limekamata ng'ombe.
Ambayo limedanganya.
Wale wanao makende
wale. Wakati wa jangili wange. Tukatege hii. Yuko nyama shingo kwenye gari.
Sasa kule hatuwezi tukapeleka mtego, labda mwisho Mbuyuni, Ngangula.
The worst thing that can ever happen is vultures find your bait. It's very frustrating.
In America, that's what I do there. I've been a hunting guide for 24 years, so I've guided lots of hunters. So.
Is it paid? Yeah, over there.
Does it what?
Paid.
Yeah.
More than here.
You know, it all depends. I mean, some places yes, some places no. Yeah, it just all depends. So where I live, we have elk and deer and bighorn sheep and goats and mountain lions, you know, and all that stuff. I live up in the mountains. It's very pretty, but it's cold. But it's very pretty. You know, in our country where you have, you know, only a 10% unemployment rate, you know, and so 90% of the people have jobs, you know, they don't need to go live off the land and live off the wildlife, you know? So we can still continue to protect our wild places and wildlife resources. Here, I understand it's a different story, man. I do. Look, I've seen it, I know, I understand, but gosh damn, I hate to see the wildlife and the wild lands, you know, be the loser. But eventually they're going to be the loser. Because the people are going to win. He doesn't have great big mane, but I mean, man, big shoulders, I mean, he's not streamlined. He big shoulders and big back. I promise you I could have shot that lion. That's not what it's about.
We're going to try to get them on bait, try to get a better assessment, try to get a better, closer look at them. I mean, you want to try to get a good assessment before you just start shooting. I mean, I think that was a prime example of people thinking we just wire through the bush, and if the lion jumps out, we smoke him. Well, that's not the way it works. Hey, what? Be careful, he's throwing.
A little different than a buffalo, that's for sure. What we came for.
We are getting bread here. Where is bread?
I was still walking in the dark in the early morning, and the two male lions started fighting to my left. Close in the dark. I don't know why they started fighting, but all of a sudden they started fighting. And then, I mean, the sound was unbelievable. You know, you need to record that early in the morning when it's quiet. But same, in the dark right here, fighting. And then
they were mad.
Could you have him have the chef in the future not put the tuna fish on the bread?
You want it separate? You want another? You want some other? Your number?
No, I mean I don't really like tuna fish, so.
Yeah, Pendi is a monkey.
God damn it! Fuck off of me.
That's one I kill.
But he can bring you some normal bread if you want.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I've had 7 wounded lions that I've had to follow. When you know they're alive and you've still got to go and find them, I've had 7 and only 2 of them charged. Some lions don't always charge, you know. They call them cowardly lions. I don't like that word. It's not a cowardly lion. It's just, but yeah, not all of them have it in them to charge. But still, when you get the one that does, it's incredibly intimidating. If you consider the combination of speed and aggression and strength, that combination, and the fact that they can hide in the bush and you know you don't see them until, you know, it's my least favorite for sure. Yeah.
Waiting for the hippo to show himself. It's not a lot of fun. It's boring. You realize by the time this thing comes out of the water, it's probably going to be close to dark. Well, I don't care what time it is. I'm just talking about light-wise.
they don't move like that, he's lying dead on the bottom in the sand. Yeah, we'll come in the morning and find him.
Have you heard of that group, Tanzanians for Wildlife? They were petitioning Tanzanian Wildlife Department to not issue me a visa to enter the country.
But the thing I saw on TV, there's these elephants walking in a field, and it's a female elephant, and then they all group together and they start trying to run, and they're grouping, and next minute you see a gun barrel, and you see a bullet come out of the gun barrel. And as it hits one of the elephants, the picture sort of dissolves and it turns into a woman with 2 or 3 kids.
Oh, fuck.
Right? Yeah. And she's now running in the field and they're all scared and she's holding the kids and, you know, and off they go. And it's basically, you know, so flippin' well done.
Yeah.
And it's Hollywooded that someone sitting in a chair is going to, oh my God, Shane, is that what it's like?
Yeah, they just shot a family.
They just shot a family. They just shot her daughter.
Wow.
And that's what they do. They sway the mindset of people, that middle chunk of population who don't know any better. And we as hunters, I'm telling you now, if we don't start doing the same, Hollywood it up.
That's right. Everybody thinks that banning hunting is going to save wildlife.
Yeah.
And the reverse is 100% the case.
You've been here for a week now. You see anybody else out here? Anybody else out here? You think somebody's going to come here and pay you for a photographic safari? You think when Sammy Glitchbottom and his wife and his 2.5 kids rock up from Indianapolis, Indiana, with their safari hat on? He's got a safari hat. How quickly do you think the wife is giving the husband one of these and saying, "You get us the hell out of here," and I mean now? About the third time the 9-year-old is screaming, "Mommy, the flies are killing me!" Boom.
Yeah, it's true.
There is only one source of revenue in the entire country of Tanzania for the Tanzanian Wildlife Department, and that is hunting dollars. Period. End of story.
Yourself, for example, coming on the safari, you're supporting me, you're supporting Dean, you're supporting all the trackers, 20 to 30 staff that come in here and set up the camps every year, the admin in town, all their families, the game scouts that, you know, and yeah, the anti-poaching guys. The pyramid is like this. By one guy coming on this safari.
It gives value to wildlife. It gives a reason to look after them. You know, if they don't have a reason to look after wildlife, why look after them? You don't. We look at it from wildlife from a different perspective from what the black people look at it as. For us, it's there for our entertainment and enjoyment. But there's got to be a bigger reason to look after it, and they've got to benefit, like Aaron says. They have to benefit from it. It's not just for our luxury purposes.
These people that live out here, they're not saving money for retirement. They're not worried about their golf, their golf house in Florida. They are simply worried about, how do I feed my family today? These guys don't think past tomorrow. I don't mean that because they're not capable of thinking past tomorrow. It's because they live in the moment, because today they've got to eat today.
That's how it is.
Yeah, that's reality. It's not negative, it's reality. It's unfortunate, but it's the case.
There's water shadow everywhere.
As soon as it hits this rock, it's going to be as far as it's going to go.
You never surfed a day in your life.
Nope, I have now. Surfed on a hippo.
That's a hell of a way to start the morning. Surfing in Tanzania style.
I probably won't put the surfing picture on Facebook.
No? That's a damn shame. Day one is push-ups, squats, flutter kicks, and burpees. It's hard.
Oh, that would kick your ass.
Gotta get down. Gotta get down. Get your chest on the ground. How's it on your hands?
It's not bad. Feet hurt a little more.
Oh, yeah. It's not too comfortable.
But you'll see, I mean, when I'm at the lion, and I mean, I'll give him, you know, a moment of silence, and yeah, it's killing, no doubt about it. You're gonna kill him, but you know, part of it's unexplainable. Too much of what you see in the United States that they don't represent, you know, the way things really are. Simba doesn't have a name. You know, he's not Simba. You know, the warthog isn't Pumbaa, and all the other cast of characters in The Lion King and such. I mean, they're not buddies. They don't hang out. They don't dance and run around and throw parties together. I mean, when Simba sees Pumbaa, my friend, I assure you, he's killing him as fast as he can, and he's doing everything he can to kill him, and he's killing him in any way possible. It's about survival out here, period. A lion is a killing machine. That is what he does. That is all he does. He kills. That's how he survives, and that's all he knows.
Chase the flies away for sure. Yeah, they're going.
The only dream I ever had of a lion is when I was on an anti-malaria medication. I was outside of the truck. My buddy was in the back of the truck. The lion jumped into the back of the truck to attack him, and I had my gun. And so instead of shooting the lion to save my buddy, I just shot my buddy in the head. I mean, it's like,
good
what?
old mercy killing.
Yeah, I guess
Oh, you're screwed. So I think deep down on the core of this dream is just that Aaron is an asshole. And he wants to kill all his friends.
I mean, I've been told I'm an asshole by many people. That's not something new.
He kills all the other lion hunters, and he will be left the last and best hunter.
That's right. You can't beat your competition?
Kill him.
Kill them. Eliminate them.
Yeah, man. Sometimes when you get burnt, even after the burn, it's like... We have to try and shoot one in the next 2 days. We need to shoot it while we've still got some hippo meat left. That is really good. Six o'clock last one. Yeah, that's a good picture.
Yeah.
Big lion, big team.
Very long mane here. That's 9-10 inches long, that thing. That's a good hair, very good hair.
A deep thinking hunter, one that doesn't necessarily shoot every animal he sees. I'd say that shot kind of will portray him in a way that it shows the thought process of what happens when he sees an animal. He'll sit there and he thinks about it and he contemplates it and goes through, you know, the qualifications of what is a shooting animal. So a shot like that kind of just, you know, it's good light and it helps the viewer to, you know, see him in an intimate way, the way that he looks at the animal before he takes it. So hopefully we can get that across.
Oh, God.
This lion is not afraid of us. I mean, it's 50 meters. He's not afraid, completely not afraid.
From the backside, it seems to be a big lion. He's very happy.
Pretty cat, though. Pretty animal.
Ain't gonna be pretty.
No, he's gonna be angry.
It should go south very fast, you know. 1 second, everything's under control. Next thing, it's just fucking haywire.
When that lion's looking at you with those yellow eyes, you know, they look through you. And you feel the presence that is that animal, and it's special.
My father took me hunting for the first time when I was 8 or 9 years old. He didn't have to make me want to be a hunter. That first time I went, I was hooked like I was hooked on the strongest drug you've ever seen. And I believe that to be one thing, instinct. Just because some people on Earth choose to suppress that, don't think it's not in your DNA, because you're lying to yourself, because it is. Man is the ultimate predator. Man will determine the outcome of the lion. Man will determine the outcome of every wild living thing on this planet. Man rules the world.
I think today we are going to get our lion because we have prepared it a lot, so it's time to get it. Yeah, that's what I feel.
He's just fucking sleeping over there now. Range.
Man, what a morning, eh? Jeez Louise. Yeah, I'm glad we didn't just get in there and whack him. I'm glad we sat and watched him and, you know, appreciated him for a bit too.
You know, I don't feel bad. I feel remorseful for the life, but I love it for what I do, and I love it for the opportunity that the good Lord gives us to do this and allows us to hunt these things, and especially the lion. Wow. All right, let's hang on a second. Do we need to do that again?
Well done. Well done. Thank you. Man, what a beautiful old lion, eh? Really.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's yeah, that's an old bugger, man. There's no doubt.
That is exactly what we needed. Just what we're after.
Oh man,
You shot him so well.
that's amazing.
Katimba!
Woo!
Kabubi! Kabubi! Katimba!
Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We were expecting a gun.
You're listening for a gunshot.
So when you was calling
With no gunshot.
with no gunshot.
Then you use the gun. We called them without hearing a gunshot.
Safi sana.
Hiyo inaua kabisa.
Kamili. Tena sana.
Yaani moja ambaye katoka nje.
Kauma.
Just do one from the side. Hey, just watch out.
Very, very important to be respectful to the animal at all stages. You know, even when you load them, you want to load it nicely. You don't want to just throw it off the tailgate when you get back to the skinning shed. You don't want to throw it off and dump them on the ground. You know, you want to be respectful at all times to them. You know, it's still, you know, an old animal and a beautiful animal, and yeah, respect them.
Pull back.
Oh shit. It's a bit heavy.
Aaron, come check these babies here, Aaron.
Okay, let me see. Watch out, guys.
Yeah. Oh yeah, look at that.
If that thing licked you, it
That's
would
what-
tear your skin off just by licking you.
For licking meat, they can lick
Yeah.
meat off the bone.
Yeah, look, it has tiny little teeth in its tongue. Look at that. Yeah, but man, that's a real indication.
That's cool.
These are rubbed flat. These are rubbed clear to the bottom. Rubbed clear to the bottom.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
He did a good job.
Old man, huh?
How old is he? Can be 7 or more. 8 or more.
No.
Yeah.
Get behind you is the problem.
I mean, I got.
Pull the tail around just a bit, guys.
Let them catch in yourself.
Dude, we smoked him.
Fucking killed it, man.
One time.
One time shoe shine.
Yeah.
That is the one we came for sure.
From this record, they will know how much they are going to demand from the company. That's it.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Okay, go.
Take it back up underneath it. Get one, get
And
it
then everybody's got to run out of the way.
Further front.
More to the front. Go more to the front.
Go to the front.
To the front.
Yeah, there.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me.
Stand up. You still go back.
You got to go more to the front.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
Okay, yeah. Watch out, watch out. It's going down.
At least you've tried.
Well, if you don't think you can do it, let's don't do it.
No.
You don't want to get hurt.
Yeah, I don't think my shoulders can take it.
Okay, all right. Well, fair enough.
Check water. There's some water there. Try to wash
Yeah,
it.
get that line. Take that line shit off.
Yeah, because that dude, you will never see anything that smells worse than that.
Line shit is the bottom of the
barrel.
Bottom of the bottom.
Yeah, it's got maggots in it.
Ya nini? Ya Simba. Kabubi ya nini? Ya Simba. Kabubi, kabubi. Kabubi. Kabubi, kabubi. Kabubi. Kabubi, kabubi. Kabubi. Nani kapiga?
Napeleka Ulaya. Ngoja.
29 yards. Aaron stuck him right behind the shoulder, and no mess, no fuss, no drama. Very clean kill, and yeah, nice old line.
The last.
You want the full kabubi?
Yeah, the full kabubi.
That came out pretty cool, dude.
That was great though. While he's watching us, you know, he's sitting there and he's doing. That was pretty
Did
fun.
you see it when he closed his eyes? Eyes are closed. I'm like, oh, he's going to sleep.
Yeah. Once he started licking his face and stuff, though, I figured it's not going to be much longer now because it looks like his mouth's getting dry. He's getting bored. He's thirsty.
I'll bet you $100 he was going to get up, look around a bit. Yeah. Everything's cool. He was going to walk and go get a drink, and then he was going to lay down and go to sleep.
This is shipping instructions. We have the lion skull, the lion full skin, everything is written down. Okay. Then this is basically a kill return. But this actually becomes your format to export shit. Okay.
You know, guys like us, guys like me get the opportunity to come here and share a little bit of your culture and share a little bit of your country and share your game and the hunting that you guys all enjoy just as much as I enjoy it. And I just want to tell you all from the bottom of my heart, Asante Sana, thank you very much.
Karibu sana. Karibu tena.
Aroni boba. Boba boba. Aroni boba. Boba boba. Kaseya boba.